If you're a nurse, a tech, a CNA, a therapist, anyone in healthcare who has ever looked at building something on the side and thought, I don't have the skills for that, I am about to ruin that excuse for you. Stay with me for the next 8 minutes or so. You're going to feel called out and seen at the same time. And that is the point. Here's the lie, and it's a sneaky one because you don't even hear yourself saying it. You say things like, I'm not the business type, I'm not a salesperson, I'm not techie, I'm not entrepreneur-y. You scroll past women online who look polished and confident, and you assume they have something you don't. I'm here to tell you, they don't. I promise you, they don't. What they have is a vocabulary you haven't been handed yet. They call things by names that sound impressive. You call the same things nursing. And then you tell yourself you don't have it. Sit with that for 1 second. You don't lack the skills. You've just been misnaming them. So every shift you work is an entrepreneurship masterclass. You just call it Tuesday. I'm about to walk you through 5 of the most valuable skills any business on earth wants, and I'm going to show you that you already have all of them. Not could learn, already have. 20 years deep. Skill number 1 is triage, which actually is reading people. Number 1, you walk into a room and within 30 seconds, you know whether this is a sit with them moment or a page the doctor right now moment. You think that's intuition. It is not. It is a trained, repeated, refined skill, reading what someone actually needs versus what they're saying. You know what that's called in business? Sales. Specifically, the good kind. The only kind that actually works. Most people in sales never learn how to tell the difference between someone venting and someone asking for help. You learned it the first 6 months of your career. You're already better at this than people who get paid 6 figures to do it badly. Skill number 2, patient education, which is selling with integrity. You have spent years explaining complicated things to scared people in language they can understand without making them feel stupid. You've explained what a medication does, what a procedure is, what a diagnosis means. Gently, clearly, 20 times a shift. That right there is the entire job of selling something. Not pressure, not slick, translation. You already do it every day, and you do it better than the people whose whole career is selling, because you do it without an agenda. The minute you point that same skill at something you actually believe in, you're not selling, you're educating. Same skill you've always had. Skill number 3, charting, which equals content creation. And this one's going to sting in a good way. You have documented a 12-hour shift's worth of information at 6:47 in the morning with a headache and a granola bar wrapper stuck to your scrub top. You've written about complex situations under time pressure, accurately, without rambling, hundreds of times. Writing a caption for Instagram is not your enemy. Sitting down to write a post is not above your skill level. It is so far below it that it's almost insulting that anyone told you it was hard. You write under harder conditions than 90% of content creators can imagine. Number 4, showing up when you don't feel like it. This is the one that decides everything. Every single person who quits a side business quits for the same reason. They didn't feel like it. They didn't feel motivated. They had a slow week. They got tired. They got bored. You have a PhD in showing up on days you don't feel like it. You did it last Tuesday. You did it yesterday. You did it the day you cried in the car for 90 seconds before walking in. The single biggest predictor of someone building anything that lasts, anything, is showing up when their feelings don't match the calendar. That muscle is already built in you being in healthcare. You don't have to grow it. You just have to point it in a different direction. Number 5 is following a protocol. Half the people who try to build something on the side blow it up because they think they can do it their way. They get a system, they get a roadmap, and they go, but what if I... And then they invent a new version that fails. And when that version fails, they blame the system. Nurses don't have that problem. You follow a protocol. You execute the steps in the order they're given because you know the order matters. That is the single biggest predictor of success in any business model on earth. And you do it without thinking of it as a skill. It's just how you work. I'll tell you when this clicked for me. When I first started building something outside of nursing, I kept thinking I needed to become someone. More polished, more businessy, more something I was killing myself trying to grow into a person I thought I had to be. And someone who knew better than me looked at me and said, you don't have to become anything. You just have to translate what you already know into this business. That sentence rearranged me. I wasn't starting from zero. I was starting from 25 years of every skill that mattered, just wearing a different uniform. The day I stopped trying to be a different woman and started using the woman I already was, everything got easier for me. Now, I can hear what some of you are thinking, but those are nursing skills, not business skills. That is the exact lie I'm talking about. The skills are universal. They had a uniform on. Take the uniform off. They're still your skills. They don't expire when you clock out. So say this slow and let me say what I do plainly. I help women in healthcare build a business in the beauty industry so extra shifts become a choice, not a necessity. And the thing I want you to leave with today is that you're not starting from zero. You never were. You're starting from 20 years of every skill that actually matters. Nobody just handed you the language for it yet. So if something in this hit, do this one thing. Comment the word START down below. That's it. No buying, no committing, no decision required. I'll reach out personally, nurse to nurse, and we'll have a real conversation about your skills could actually translate into inside this business. You can ask me anything. You can disappear afterwards. I won't be weird, but please stop telling yourself you're not the type. You are doing yourself a disservice. You are exactly the type, and you always were. Comment START, and I'll see you in the comments.